The Smelling Animals podcast is brought to you today by Little Pig Tissues. You can huff and puff, but you'll never blow these tissues down. And NordVPN, keeping your identity safe from government agencies that don't understand the innocence of smelling animals. Use promo code We're Not Furries to get 20% off your first month subscription. Now, let's get sniffing. I'd like to welcome today's guest, author Steve Baker. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Rachel. So good to be here. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Many of our listeners may know who you are, but for those who don't, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Oh, sure. I'm a zoological olfactory enthusiast like yourself and the listeners, but I'm also a published author in the same field. My first book, available for purchase online and at bookstores near you, is titled Sniffing Butts, a historical look at dog readings.
Too bad it wasn't Scratch and Sniff.
No, sorry. The only way my publisher agreed to sign me was if none of my books were reader interactive.
What a shame.
It really is.
It's still a wonderful book. In it, you discuss the inhales and outs of dogs, including how we humans used to also sniff each other as a form of greeting.
That's correct. From an anthropological perspective, a lot of our sniffing heritage was lost with the development of agricultural practices and the founding of civilization.
And you believe we should return to our roots?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone has a natural musk. Imagine the advancements in international diplomacy that could happen if we just simply bent forward and sniffed.
World peace in our time?
Well, I don't see why not.
Now, tell me, Steve, is it true that you have already begun work on your next book?
Oh, I probably shouldn't say this. My publisher will get upset with me. But yes, the rumors are true. There is another book on the way.
And can you tell us anything about it?
Well, I don't have a title just yet, but I was inspired by a visit to a dairy farm. I was originally there for research, sniffing the local farm dogs, when suddenly I thought, what does that blue ribbon cow smell like?
A cow? Are you kidding?
No bull.
And?
Well, with the farmer's permission, we approached Old Bessie. I started with the horns and using a technique akin to wine tasting, detected the scent of salt, as one might expect.
And what about the rest of Old Bessie?
Well, I worked my way down from the head to the back, and the moment I got to the hind, my mind was blown. Cherries.
You're telling me the body of the cow smelled of cherries?
Black cherries, if you can believe it. I couldn't, and that's when it hit me. What about other exotic animals?
Can you give my nostrils an example or two?
Oh, the bumblebee, the Komodo dragon, and the ever-elusive king cobra.
Wow. Don't sniff this at home, listeners. Really exciting stuff, and I cannot wait to read all about it. My guest today has been author and apparently adventurer Steve Baker. If you haven't already, pick up his book, Sniffing Butts, a historical look at dog greetings. Thanks so much for coming, Steve.
Thanks for having me, Rachel.
And to all my listeners out there, keep your noses clean and let the animal kingdom be your olfactory heaven. This is Rachel Ruff, sniffing out.